Hi guys, welcome to another episode of A Tincture of Sense. So today we're going to be talking about something very interesting, and it's the 2023 elections. So first off though, I want to implore everybody, try to keep it just interesting. Don't make it violent, don't make it messy, don't make it anything. You have a candidate you support or campaign for your candidate, respect other people's wishes. You don't need to fight anybody, you don't need to call anybody names. Now, the key thing I want to say about this is everybody knows what's going on. You know the candidates, you know who some people are voting for, some people are going on online making a lot of noise about another candidate. Well, all I just want to say, what people need to understand is just how you feel so passionately about candidate A, other people feel passionately about candidate B. Just as you don't understand why anybody want to vote for another candidate but your candidate, other people they feel the same way. They don't understand how you can ever be thinking about voting for your own candidate. So what you need to understand is each to their own. If you have your own convictions, or vote your convictions, vote your conscience, vote whatever you want to vote. Try to convince people. Calling people names is not going to change their minds. It's actually going to make them more like dogging into their positions. And you're calling them names. You say they're stupid, they're this, they're that, whatever. It doesn't help anybody. Speak factually. Try to understand where other people are coming from and try to sell your candidate from where they're coming from. Does that make any sense? Do you guys get it? Try to understand what people why they like their candidate, and make them understand why your candidate will be better because of what is done in the past. It's done A, B, C, D, or E in the past. Focus on the facts. Don't name calling won't get anybody anywhere. Now, that said, personally, I'm not going to call anybody's names. Everybody knows who the three major candidates are running on the APC, PDP, and Labour Party platforms. Everybody knows who they are. I don't need to be mentioning names here. But there's one thing people need to understand. If you guys go back into, I think it's the last season, in season 3, where we spoke about the growing pains of political change, there is a tried and tested way to effect change in a society. That the template has been out there for decades for anybody that's willing to listen. If you want to make change, personally, for people that wanted change, that didn't like the first 4 years on the current President Buhari, he won in 2015, he ran again in 2019, and he won. You should have started organizing from 2019, from the day after the election. You don't even need to have a candidate. Organize yourselves into a party, a coherent party that stands for specific things. There are a lot of people in this country that want the country to be better. So I'm sure even the members of the current parties that everybody hates, they want things to be better. But the systems are built in a way that resists change. There are ways to make change happen. But it's difficult, it's hard, it's messy. We're less than a year now to the 2023 election. And, well, some people want miracles to happen. I'm sorry to sit down here, busting your bubble. No miracles are going to happen in 2023. If you want miracles to happen after 2023, either your candidate wins or not, start organizing yourself into coherent groups that stand for something to make change happen. Now, I like to use this example when I'm trying to tell people to make people see beyond, just expand the horizons. So, people say, APC sold the presidential form for 100 million naira. Okay. Where do they expect a youth, for example, to get 100 million? Well, the first question is, do you have to be part of a member of APC? Do you need to run for president on APC? You can form your own party and run for president under that. No? Then they say, the current politicians, they've stolen all the money, they have all the money, they're the ones that have stolen everything, you don't have money to run elections. Okay, that's understandable. But guess what? If you get 1 million people of like minds across the country, because I'm sure there are 1 million people in this country that want to have a better Nigeria. Get 1 million people together, contributing 1,000 naira each a month. Do you know how much that is in a month? That's 1 billion naira. In 12 months, that's 12 billion naira. In 5 years, that's 60 billion naira. Now, that money is enough to fight any election you want to fight. But guess what? You do that now in 2023. Before you get to 2028, you have that 60 billion. And you can use that money, that huge pot of money, to start running projects in different parts. Let your party, whatever you stand for, start helping people in meaningful ways across the country. We don't have to wait for the government to do it all. But guess what is going to happen? It's the same people that are in charge of that 60 billion or 1 billion a month, 12 billion a year, in 5 years 60 billion, that will steal that money. They are the same people. They will still do the same thing that they're accusing politicians of doing today. They will do it. Why? You've seen look at the rate of scammers all over the country, as in these Ponzi schemes, collecting huge sums of money and they're disappearing. A lot of them are quite very young. They're not old people. So we need to speak the truth to ourselves. We need to look inwards to start effecting this change rather than expecting miracles overnight. It's not going to happen. I know that's not what a lot of people want to hear, but that's just the truth. It will not happen. Until we start doing the hard work required to make Nigeria a better place, Nigeria will not be a better place. Some people will say, I'm even tired of everything. Nigeria is not a place worth dying for, blah, 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 blah. What I say to people again is, if nobody is willing to die for Nigeria, Nigeria will never be a place worth dying for. Nobody will want to die for it. If people haven't died for it, if nobody is willing to die for it, it will never become a place that people will want to die for. America once, some people had to die for that country to get to where it is, and people are still fighting and dying today to make it a better place. Same thing in England. People are still protesting every day for one thing or the other. Us, anyway, we want miracles. There are no miracles anywhere. The sooner we know that, the better. Okay, so I think that's it from me. I've said it all. Maybe I could have said a bit more, but I'm sure everybody has gotten the gist. You've gotten your tincture of sense from everything I've said. Just one tincture, that's enough. Everybody knows what the problem is. It's us. We need to change ourselves to change the country. And please, next year election, be peaceful, no fighting. You don't need to carry guns. Don't support anybody to get guns, because after the election, what's going to happen? The same guns supported people to use on election workers or whatever, it will now be used on the citizens. Or where do you think the guns come from? Elections are just once every 4 years. So what do you think you think the people will just go, the people that have been given guns will just go and hand it over? No, they won't. They'll start using on the citizens. So let's all be circumspect, okay? Maybe for that, another tincture of sense. Yeah. On that note, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Look out for our next video next week.